So next time when you see your boss, don't say it's like, "Hey boss, good morning." So just greet like, "Hey big cheese, how are you?" Like that, and then you will get fired, of course. So hello everyone, welcome back to the Weekend Wisdom program. Today, I will be the host, and my name is Tr Min Thant Swe, also known as Teacher Miracle, who will bring the miraculous things to your life. So today, before sharing, I want to ask you a question. Do you like food? Yes, me too. I also like eating lots of food. And you know what? Food isn't just about eating. Like there are also some expressions that is related to food in English expressions. So for today, we're gonna learn some delicious vocabularies that is related to food. Mhm. So before diving into the first one, I wanna show you a photo. So what do you see? You will see like a man sitting on a couch and like he is watching the TV all day long. So he is like a lazy person, right? So to describe the kind of person, we use an expressions, which is couch potato. It meaning is a person who watch TV a lot of times and does not have an active lifestyle. So for example, after school, Catherine just stands on the TV and doesn't move for hours. She is such a couch potato. So next time when you see a friend who watching televisions all day long, and you can mention like, "Hey, couch potato, let's go get some snacks and let's go anywhere." Uh-huh. So the next one, let's move to the next one. So what do you see again? You will see like a man who is like a successful man, maybe like a boss or a very important person in a company, right? So to mention very important person in a company or in an organization, so we use an expression which is big cheese, not small cheese, tiny cheese, or baby cheese. It is a big cheese. So its meaning is, as I said before, an important person in a work or in an organization with a large influence. So for example, in schools, the principal is the big cheese because he's the person in charge of everything. So next time when you see your boss, don't say it's like, "Hey boss, good morning." So just greet like, "Hey big cheese, how are you?" Like that. And then you will get fired, of course. Because like this expression shouldn't be used to directly talk to the person who we refer to. We use the expression and meant our friends too, and like to express it in a friendly way. So the next word. So before diving into the next word, I want to ask you a question. In which parts of the world is bread and butter the basic food? What do you think? hmm Like in Myanmar, rice is the basic food, right? Also, in some of the European countries, bread and butter are the most basic food. So here, if we want to mention about the basic incomes of our family or our careers, we can use the expressions bread and butter. So it means like a job or activity that provides you with the money you need to live. For example, teaching is my bread and butter for most of my incomes. So let's move to the next one. So what do you see again? hmm So you will see like a man or maybe the father who walked all day long and then he didn't or like he barely had a chance to see his family for all day. So, and then the wife and the children are welcoming the father because he is bringing the bacon. So, in English, when we want to mention like mentioned that we earn the money for the living of a family, we can use the expression bring home the bacon. Its meaning is to earn money for a family to live on. So, for example, since her husband lost his job, she has been working two jobs to bring home the bacon. Hmm? Are you the one who bring home the bacon? Okay, so let's move to the next one. Okay, so what do you see again in the picture? Yes, you will see like a dog finds many difficulties in cracking the nut because it's a hard nut to crack, right? So in English, a hard nut to crack means a problem that is very difficult to solve or a person who is very difficult to understand. For example, he has been very quiet about his feelings. He is a hard nut to crack. So here is the final one. What do you see? Yeah, you will see the most annoying things happen, things or situation that happen in your life, right? When we want to open some like cookies, it just ended up by crumbling and then like it's spreading all the crumbs over the table. So this is the most annoying situation for me. I barely had a chance to like to make a perfect cookie. So here in English, that's how the cookie crumbles mean, or like that how the cookie crumble is used when something slightly unlikely has happened that could not have been prevented and so must be accepted. For example, I studied all weekend for the science test, but say I didn't get a good grade. I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. Now, I hope you got all of the vocabulary that I shared. So let me recap the vocabulary. What do you call a lazy person on the sofa all day? Yes, a couch potato. And what is very important person in a company? Big cheese. And your main income? Bread and butter, yes. Working to support family. Bring home the bacon, yes. And then something doesn't go your way. That's how the cookie crumbles. And a difficult person or a difficult problem, a hard nut to crack. So now I hope you get all of the vocabularies and idioms that I shared today. Hope this video was very tasteful. I mean, very useful for you. Okay, so if you are interested in, don't be cold potato. Try to use the expression in your daily language or daily life so that you can remember all of the vocabulary. So thank you so much for enjoying the video and see you next time.
Unlock your power.